Hey guys, welcome to our What is Coaching call or webinar, not really a call. My name is Chico and I'm co-hosting with my personally sponsored coach, Ariel Lisk. And I know people are probably just kind of jumping on now because we just went live. So I'll kind of give everybody a minute to get on. And I'll just introduce myself and kind of talk a little bit about, how I got into this. And you guys are going to hear lots of stories and, life before coaching and life now and what coaching is all about. So we're really excited to share with you guys. So like I said, my name is Chico. I'll have some slides up in a few minutes, but I just want to keep it kind of casual for right now. I've been a coach for a little over 2 years, 2.5 years now. I signed up in October of 2012, and it sounds crazy because that seems like such a long time ago, but at the same time, it's gone by so quickly. When I first started, my little ones were all under the age of 4. I have 3 little ones, and they were super little. My youngest had just turned a year, and it was kind of a crazy time of life for us. My husband's baseball career had just ended, and life was just in a major transition period, and coaching came into my life. I actually started in what's called a challenge group, and that's where you kind of work on your personal fitness and health, and we'll talk about how that kind of works into the coaching business as well. But that's when my coach, who invited me to that challenge group, just proposed this idea of becoming a coach. And so that's sort of my background with how I got started. And now we're here. I don't even know what all happened in the middle there, but it's been an amazing ride, and it's connected me with amazing people like Ariel. And Ariel Lisk has been a coach for, I think tomorrow is her 1-year anniversary, and I'm gonna let her talk about that because that's a big deal. But I'm gonna flip my screen around so I can share some slides with you guys because I'm visual, and it's just fun to kind of see that visual tool. So here we go. Okay, so hopefully you guys are seeing these slides. And let's see, let me go to the first slide so that makes the most sense for everybody. So like I said, welcome to our What is Coaching webinar. My name is Chico. I kind of talked a little bit about myself already. I wanted to get that out of the way because I want this to really be about Ariel. I'm married, have 3 little ones, talked about that. I'm a 9-star diamond coach, and just to really briefly touch on like what that means. I know that if you guys follow some of us coaches on social media, you see so-and-so's a 1-star diamond or whatever. And I know that that's kind of vague to anybody who's not in Beachbody, and really what a star means is that one of my personally sponsored coaches has reached the rank of diamond coach. So diamond is kind of like that biggie in our business, and then you as the personally, the sponsoring coach, the person who brings that person into the business, you earn a star. So kind of fun. It's just our ranking system, and our team is Team Fitspiration. I'm so proud of this team. And so without further ado, like I said, what I love most probably about this whole coaching thing, I love a lot of things, but one of my favorite things is the people that it connects me with, and the connections and the relationships that we get to create through coaching. And one of those amazing people who's come into my life is Ariel Lisk. And she's just, I knew from the get-go, we met, funny as it sounds, on Instagram. I meet a lot of my friends on social media, Facebook and Instagram, and Ariel came into my life through Instagram, and I'll never forget the very first time we really talked seriously. I knew this girl was serious, about really wanting to jump into this and go full force. And we had a meeting over the internet on a Sunday, and I got to meet her and her husband over the internet, and it was just the coolest thing. And we've gotten to play together in Scottsdale, Arizona at our diamond retreat, and she's just has the biggest heart, the sweetest girl. She's a diamond coach, just rocking her fitness journey. And so I'm going to hand it over to Ariel. Ariel, are you hanging in there with me?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
I can. You're on.
Yay. Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for being on the call. I'm a little nervous, so I apologize if I am a little flustered. And I have so much information. I've been known to like word vomit tons and tons of stuff, so I'll try to keep it to a minimum. But like Stephanie said, my name is Ariel Lisk, and I am a wife. I'm a mom of 2 beautiful little boys. I'm a nurse, I'm a diamond coach, and I'm a believer that if you can put your mind to something, you can do it. And I was not always this way, believe me. I've been married to Chris for 7 years, and we had our first son, Christopher, in 2014. With that, I gained a whopping 69 pounds and kept about 20 pounds of that on when, surprise, I was pregnant again 11 months later with our second baby boy, Nathaniel. With Nathaniel, I gained 58 pounds, and it didn't come off so easily. One night when I was nursing, I was just scrolling through Instagram, and I saw a post that Stephanie had done, and I started following her, and I was inspired by what she was doing, and she had put up a picture just like this, a What is Coaching Call. And I said, you know what, I'm going to listen in. I want to know some more about this. So I listened in, and I had a few opportunities, people approaching me with, hey, why don't you, do skincare or sell bags or, sell jewelry. And I just kind of wasn't where I thought that I would really be. So when Stephanie put this up, I said, you know what, I'm going to listen in and I'm going to see what she has to say. And I really fell in love. And I knew, you know what, this is what is for me. This is where it all started. I just knew. All right, we can go to the next slide.
Okay. I told Ariel, I'm like, just tell me when to flip the slide. Boss me around. Okay, go for it.
So a little bit about me. Like I said, I am the mom of 2 little boys, Christopher, who's 2, and Nathaniel, who just turned 1 a few weeks ago. I started as a coach when Nathaniel was just 5 weeks old. I felt like I was lost and like I didn't know who I was when I was looking at who was looking back at me in the mirror. I had put my kids, my husband, my housework, everything all in front of me, and I needed to help myself, because how was I going to be a great person for them if I didn't have the energy, the focus, or the happiness in myself? So before I got pregnant with Christopher, I was a nurse, and ever since I was young, I always had the heart to help others. But it was years of nursing, and as I went and the care, I began to get burnt out. And understaffing was taking a toll on me. And some of the environment that I was in, it just wasn't desirable. And I longed to help people, and I longed to stay with my boys. So I was in a predicament of, do I go back to work or do I stay home with the boys? And I just didn't know what to do. And so when I saw Stephanie's post, and you know when you have that feeling deep down, that instinctive feeling, and you're like, this is what I was meant to do. This is for me. That's how I knew. I was like, we're going to do this, and I'm going to do it all the way. I can help people, and I can stay home with my boys. This is perfect. So I started my journey, and I lost over 40 pounds by drinking Shakeology, doing Beachbody programs, and getting off of the toddler diet. So, grilled cheese, grabbing handfuls of animal crackers every time I went into the kitchen, macaroni and cheese, the good stuff. But with all that, the losing the 40 pounds, I gained self-confidence, I gained drive, and I gained determination.
I'm on it.
So as you can see here, a lot can happen in 1 year.
Amazing.
April of 2014, when I first started my journey, that was the day after I signed up as a coach, the picture on the top left. Like I said, I didn't know who the person staring back at me in the mirror was. I was scared, I was depressed, and I lacked self-confidence. I was scared because financially, Chris was the only one bringing in an income. And we always thought, what if he lost his job? What about our other bills? What if he couldn't get another job? What were we going to do? I missed the freedom of having a second income, and I missed adult conversation. the extra things that I wanted for the boys, like preschool, it just wasn't in the budget. And we had really outrageous school loans. We wanted the financial freedom, and it was hard to justify big extras while working towards that goal. So I never thought, hey, let me just run my own business and see what happens. So I was scared to do that too. I mean, where do I start? I've never done anything like this before. And then feeling depressed, it was the little things that added up. I couldn't fit into my clothes. I had no energy to play with my boys. I snapped at my husband when he didn't deserve it. I was stressed out about money in the future, and it all added up, and it just caused stress, and it caused me to go into a slight depression. And I lacked self-confidence. I've always had goals, but I never finished them. I wanted to be a runner. I always hear about like that runner's high that people get, and I was like, I want that. Well, I started running and it lasted about a week. The voices would creep into my head. You can't do this, or you always start and you never finish, or you can't even take care of your family properly. How are you going to take care of yourself? And I took this opportunity as, you know what? No, I'm changing this around. I am not a depressed person. I'm a self-confident person. I'm not a scared person. So let's do this. Let's take control. And then I had this feeling that, like I said, that when this opportunity was presented to me, that this was it. Though my self-confidence was low, I knew that I needed to do something great. I made it my goal to succeed at this. I had no idea that it was going to take me on the path that it has. So 1 year ago, I started 21 Day Fix in Shakeology. I went down 18 pounds and 8 inches, and people asked me what I was doing. They wanted to do it too. So in those first 2 months, I made enough to pay off my Shakeology, call it Chico. That was a great feeling, just to be able to, because it was an extra expense. And I'm like, how am I going to justify this? But within that month, I was able to pay for it. Then the next month, we had enough to go on a few dates and spend a little extra on clothes or special groceries, because we had a strict grocery budget. So I never really went over the usual and the necessities. So to be able to kind of do that was fun. And then we made enough to pay a tiny part of our school loan off. And then we made enough to send Christopher to preschool. And then more of that student loan started to get paid off. And it was like a reverse debt snowball. For anybody who's a Dave Ramsey fan out there, it just started, week after week. You open up the paycheck and you're like, okay, well, let's keep taking down this debt. So during those months, I also did PIO, and I did a round of 21 Day Fix and saw my body changing. My mood changed, my self-confidence was increasing. I had more energy to be with my boys. Then Chris asked me to do P90X3. And my first thought was, yeah, right. You want me to do pull-ups and push-ups? I can't do those, and I'm not going to do them. But I knew that if I put my mind to it, I could do it, and I did. That picture of me in the snow right there, thank you to P90X3. I wouldn't, in April of 2014, I would have never done something like that. But I did it, and I felt great. And I remember I texted Stephanie, and I texted one of my really good friends, and I asked them, what do you think of this? And they said, do it, post it, because you worked hard for it. And that's right, I did, I worked hard for it. So I'm proud of that picture. And the abs down in the bottom left, those are all thanks to 21 Day Fix Extreme. So why did I decide that I could and would finish these programs? It's because I was accountable as a coach to all of my clients, and because I was tired of saying, what if and why not me? Because I've sat and watched too many of my family members and my patients die and get sick from diseases and ailments that could have been prevented. And here I go getting emotional. Heart disease runs rampant in my family, and I refuse to be one of the statistics. And it sure is nice to strap my stuff in a bikini again. So we'll fast forward to today, which is actually the day before my 1 year anniversary, like Stephanie said. And today I'm happy and I'm strong, both physically and mentally. And I believe in myself, and most of all, I am healthy. And it's all because of this coaching opportunity. Our student loans will be paid in full in a few months, not in 10 years as originally planned. Our 6-month emergency fund, retirement fund, college funds are growing every week. I'm going on an all-expense paid trip to Nashville in July, and on a free trip for Chris and I to Haiti and Jamaica next year. I work with the most humble and uplifting and inspiring people. They are the true definition of teamwork, guiding me every step of the way. I believe that I can do anything. I have set high goals for myself and I'm checking them off. And to be able to do that and have that feeling is really incredible. And as you can probably tell in my voice, I'm trying to keep it together. And the best part are the messages, the texts, the emails that I get from my challengers that they lost weight, that they feel strong, that they're happy, that their cholesterol levels are down. When my coaches call me crying because they got the biggest paycheck that they've ever gotten, they're able to pay their car payments, their mortgages, they're able to buy diapers for their nephews, take their moms to lunch, and receive the same messages from their clients who have hit their goals. So sometimes I ask myself, would I do this over again? Would I be a coach all over again? 100 times yes. Do I want everyone to feel this joy and freedom? Of course, yes. And if I can do this, you can do this. Believe me.
Okay, well, I'm just like trying not to cry over here. I started crying like 3 times.
Sorry, I know I got all like shaky and
yeah.
I'm sorry.
Dude,
my voice.
Like, and what you said about like
it's very emotional.
It is. And I mean, what you said about, you know, hearing from your coaches and your challengers and like, that's the life-changing stuff. I think people hear us talk about how it's so life-changing. It's so life-changing. And they're like, well, okay, how, you know, I mean, the business side and the paychecks, like that's really cool. And I mean, that is life-changing stuff too. That part of it has changed my family's life, but it's hearing stories like yours that make it real for me. And then you getting to pay that forward. And that's the powerful stuff. So sorry to cry, but it's just huge. So anyway, we're going to get into the fun stuff now, you guys. We're not going to make it all emotional this whole time, but I just love hearing stories like that. It's just amazing. So anyway, moving on. Ariel, you want to take this slide too?
Yes. So part of our programs, you know, Beachbody is the creator of the top home workout programs. And you see them on the infomercials, you see them on the news, you see it in, you know, different magazines. And a lot of celebrities, like my girl Missy Elliott with T25. No, you can talk to anybody and say, "Oh, P90X," and or Insanity, and they know what you're talking about. So it's a really great from a business standpoint because the company is really getting the word out there for you. Personally, I've done most everything that's on here: the PIO, the 21-day fix, the P90X3, Shakeology, and one thing I didn't mention, one of my big goals along with my fitness journey is that I have just signed up to do our Beachbody challenge, which is like a figure competition in July. So I will be starting Body Beast next week to prepare for that.
Woohoo! It's gonna be so cool.
Yeah, I would have never done that before.
Yes, and that's another thing. Coaching takes you out of your comfort zone, but it's like good being out of your comfort zone. That's where the magic happens.
Yeah, you get out of your comfort zone, then you see the success and how great it feels to get out of your comfort zone. And then you're like, let me always get out of my comfort zone.
Yeah, you just want more and more. Do you want me to change the slide, Ariel?
Yes, please.
Okay. Okay. Am I going from here? Sorry, guys. We're just regular people. We're no like professionals here. Okay, so what exactly is this whole coaching thing about? So you've heard Ariel's story and a little bit about my story, but mostly Ariel's. And you're like, well, that's great, but what are the details here? Like, what's it all about? What are you guys actually doing on a daily basis? And that's what I'm going to kind of cover is just, you know, the meat and potatoes of the whole thing. And so I'll just move right along to our next slide, which is what we do. And so if I were to, you know, email somebody back and explain in text form what I do on a daily basis, I say you probably see a lot of it. If you're following me or you're following Ariel or the coach who invited you to this webinar on social media, you see what they do. You're watching them do what they do, and it's probably not very fancy. I mean, none of us have had like formal network marketing type of training, or, you know, I don't even have a college degree, for crying out loud. And, you know, it's just being kind of a normal person and sharing what you're doing. And for me, and I know for a lot of coaches, it starts by, sorry about my dogs barking, guys, that's annoying. it starts with the fitness side of it. You know, like I had just had my third baby in 3 years. And so for me, it was, I got to lose this weight. And same with Ariel. It was like looking in the mirror and not really recognizing who's looking back at you. That's what fueled the fire to get started in this. And when I realized that there was an actual opportunity for me to share that with other people and invite other people to do the same thing with me, like, why not? Oh, okay, I'm already working out and losing this weight. Why not just share that with others and build a business, you know, based around that? So we share with others. You know, it's just a lot about the posting on social media and the groups that we run. We're just kind of that person for other people. We're just a friend. We're a support system. We help people reach their full potential. So, you know, it's just kind of digging out what that person's story is and where they're at in their life and what they really want. Some people, they don't have a ton of weight to lose. Some people have a lot of weight to lose. And so it's kind of part of the job description for us to just like talk to people and get to know their story and understand what they want out of this whole experience. And a lot of growth happens, you know, on the inside. I think that that's maybe the most surprising part. We don't include that in like, this is what you get in your package. We don't list, you know, personal growth, internal growth, or, you know, emotional growth, whatever. But that's a really big part of it. It's really just growing as a person and kind of evolving along with your fitness journey. So, and holding others accountable. I skipped over one. Holding others accountable. You know, it's like, for me, when I signed up as a coach, I just felt like, okay, you know, I'm inviting these people to do this. I'm telling them what they should be doing. If they want to lose 20 pounds, this is what they have to do. And I should be showing up too. And so it really is a huge driver for your own personal fitness. So I have a lot of people who say to me, well, I don't think I would be a very good coach because, you know, I'm still on my personal journey. And I'm like, good. It's good that you're on your personal journey. You're going to get to your goal even quicker. So that was definitely true for me. I'm going to backpedal a little bit, be a product of the product. I mean, like Ariel talking about P90X3 and 21-Day Fix and these amazing programs that we have to offer. First of all, Beachbody does a lot of most of the advertising for us. We're an infomercial-based business. We're $1 billion company, so they spend so much on advertising for us, and then they give us, as coaches, those customers that come through the infomercial. So it's really cool that it all kind of coincides together, and we just get to kind of rock the programs and share it on social media, talk about Shakeology and how much, you know, that stuff is amazing. We don't talk about that stuff enough. It's like liquid gold, for crying out loud. And then we host virtual challenge/focus groups. These are monthly groups that we have for support, and kind of touched on that a little bit, just about, you know, helping people in their personal fitness journey. So you probably see a lot of Facebook groups, you know, on Facebook, and some of them maybe abuse the system a little bit. But for us, we talk to people before. We invite them. If they want to join, they can join. If they don't want to join, we don't add anybody without their permission. And in that group, it's really focused and personal, and we share recipes, and we share, you know, daily motivation, and we encourage one another. And it's just a really, really uplifting, positive environment to be a part of. And we get to enjoy 25% off on all of the products. So you guys, if you know, you're following any of us, you may have heard us kind of start to talk about the new program called Size, which is the end of exercise, and it's all a dance-based program. So if you want to see me dancing around, like I was telling one of my friends, I look like I need more cowbell. I'm like dancing around like that. I look ridiculous, but you can check out a preview if you want to. And you get 25% off every time these programs launch, and on your Shakeology. So it's an amazing discount, and to be able to share that with other people, you know, I'm getting this discount, you can get it too if you sign up to be a coach. So it's a really good situation, especially if you're already interested in the programs and the products. Definitely you want to sign up as a coach. So how do we earn? Basically, your income is a direct reflection of how many people you're helping. And so we talk about, you know, lives change and helping people and changing lives and all of that stuff that you guys probably see on Facebook and Instagram. And that really is what it's all about. It's just making connections with people and inviting them to join this journey with you. And you basically earn an income off of that. And so we get a 25% commission, and like I said, a 25% discount. That commission is great, and that's really where your business starts. So on day one, you can start earning based on commission. If you decide that you want to work that other side of the business, there's kind of like two parts of the business. One is that retail side where you're running these challenge groups and inviting people and earning that 25% commission. Then there's that team building side of it where neither one of them are required, definitely encouraged, but there's no rules, which is really nice. We don't have quotas or need to have this or that, or you're penalized or whatever. I know some companies work like that, but we definitely don't. So if you do decide that you want to build a team, we have a rank system set up. And once you start achieving those different ranks in your business, your earning potential grows. And so the success of your coaches that you're bringing in and helping them getting started and helping them start to run those challenge groups, that's how you start to really grow your income as well. And so it's really a team effort, and we are like a huge family, just helping each other kind of grow and get really strong and smart with our businesses and have so much fun in the process. And so like I said, there's no pressure to sell or meet quotas or stock products. You don't have to have home parties. I know some coaches like to have like local fit clubs and get-togethers. Totally fine, but you don't have to carry products and like keep them stocked away in your closet or something and have to pull it out and do big promotions and demonstrations or anything like that. Not at all. I know for me, it's been probably 99% social media based. I really have not done much face-to-face business building whatsoever. So it's really cool. I'm a busy mom at home. I know it's same for Ariel. I don't have time to go and like do these business presentations elsewhere. It's all on social media, you know, centered around my family and our schedule. So it's really great in that way. And so what is all this team stuff? You know, you'd be joining Team Fitspiration. You would be signing up under the coach that invited you to this webinar. But really what you get when you join Team Fitspiration is you get to have monthly mentorships. And so for example, we're starting a brand new coach training that we call Girl Boss Basics, and that's going to start on Monday. It's just a 10-day training, and it just really gives you I really went back to when I was a brand new coach and thought, what is it that I needed? And it was really just, you know, the basics, just like give me the most important stuff, the bullet points, the highlights of what I need to do to get this thing off the ground. And so that's what we're going to be teaching you starting on Monday. We run those groups about twice a month. And beyond that, we have a team training website, so you get full access to that. We have lots of support groups for our coaches, just, I mean, a wealth of knowledge, lots and lots of info, so many supportive teammates to help answer your questions. You get the support of the coach that invited you to this webinar, whether that be me or Ariel or somebody else. You'll get all of us. So it's not just one person. It's not just you trying to like figure it out and flounder your way around. You're definitely going to get your hand held the whole time and really link arms with a whole army of amazing leadership. So we do fun incentives and monthly prizes and recognition, which is a huge thing. I mean, in what other job do you get shout outs on social media every single week for just like doing cool stuff and having a blast doing it? So I know that that's a big thing that makes a lot of people feel good and valued and really a part of something that's bigger than themselves. And so it's a really special part of what you get with this team. And again, no pressure, no penalties to cancel. If you decide that this is just not right for you, you're not loving it, that's totally fine. Nobody's gonna like, you know, unfriend you on Facebook or never talk to you again. There's no penalties or anything like that. We hope that that never happens, and I don't think that it will, because that rarely ever happens, but because once you get into this, you're gonna see what an amazing experience and community you're a part of. And so there's really, you know, there's really no leaving that once you get into it. So that's kind of the gist of it. And then Ariel, did we talk about you kind of taking over this slide? Okay.
Yeah, so where do I start? You might be asking yourself. So if you're wanting to get signed up, the startup fee is just $39.95. And then you pay a $16 a month fee or $15 a month website or service fee. With that fee, you get 3 websites plus an online office and access to your Success on Demand, which is a training tool to help you have success in your business. We have a challenge pack option where if you purchase a challenge pack, you can get your coach fee waived. So that $39.95 fee, you don't have to pay that with the purchase of a challenge pack. And then, so yeah, with the challenge pack. Onto the challenge pack. So this right here, as you can see, is a 21-day fix challenge pack. It comes with, you get your Beachbody program of choice, and then you get a 30-day Shakeology supply along with your challenge pack. And the challenge pack is greatly discounted. So usually 21-day fix is $58.95 a month. And then Shakeology is $130 a month. So, you know, $190 a month for both things. But with the challenge pack, you get a discount. So they do discounts on different programs, like deep discounts every month. And so I think this month PIO is $140 when it's usually $160, and so I think you save about $50 when you do the challenge packs. Plus, it just depends on what program you're using. Some of the challenge packs you can save up to $90 to $120 by doing the challenge pack, and then you also get your coach fee waived, so that $40 you're saving as well.
Yeah, the challenge packs are like a major value, and the 21-day fix is just one of our most popular ones. So that's why I kind of highlighted that one here, just to give you a visual. And I also just love, especially for a brand new coach getting started and starting their business and maybe even starting their fitness journey, you get those amazing the portioned color-coded containers for food, and it coincides with the meal plan and the shopping list and everything. So it's really like foolproof. And then, you know, as you grow in your business and maybe you move on to 21-day fix extreme, or even on to P90X3, or whatever you decide to move on to in the future, you can have those containers to use later on. And those are money, like to have those for meal prep and everything.
Through my whole P90X3 program, I used my 21-day fix container.
Yeah, those are amazing to have and just make things so easy. And you look at them and you're like, really, this is it? That's all I get to eat? But those containers are big. Like when you dump it onto your plate, you're like, oh my gosh, that's a lot of chicken, or that's a lot of salad, or whatever. So don't let those containers fool you. But that's really, I mean, Ariel, do you have anything else you want to add? I know that, you know, we probably want to wrap it up here pretty soon, so we're not keeping people too long, but anything you want to add?
You know, just that, like I had said before, this opportunity has really changed me and changed my family's lives. And I say, you know, if you have that feeling, if you're just like, you know what, I think I can do this, I know I can do this, do it. Just take the leap and do it. You will not be disappointed that you did. I mean, there's so many such wonderful things between, you know, what you can do for yourself, what you can do for your family, what you can do financially, the way that, I mean, you feel when you're feeling good, when you're exercising, when you're eating right, when you have people, you know, really helping you and saying how good they're doing. It's great. Everything about it is great. I could go on forever. I'm sorry.
No, I mean, I think that that's probably the theme for any coach. If you talk to them, you know, the main thing is like, what's your one regret? My regret would be not signing up 6 months sooner when the coach who brought me into this, my friend Brandy, initially approached me about it. Like, why did I wait so long? You know, and I mean, obviously it's worked out fine, and I'm happy that I'm here, and it was all meant to be, and, you know, in God's perfect timing. But my gosh, you know, just listen to that little whisper, because if you have it, I'm telling you that means something. And like Ariel said, just like if you have that little feeling, it means something. So don't be afraid of it. We're here to answer questions, and you guys can feel free to message either one of us or the coach who invited you to this webinar, and we'll get your questions answered. And hopefully we put some fears to rest tonight and answered some questions. And we're just so thankful that you guys were on with us. So thank you so much, and have a great night.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for letting me ramble. Yeah, I get really excited and I just keep talking.
I go off on lots of tangents. All right, you guys, have a great night, and we'll talk to you later.